Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll are trying to keep their job in New York by saying, we never got our quarterback. We never had our quarterback, so you can't grade us on that. I'm sure that's their defense inside those walls. And I don't think that John Mara wants to make a change if he doesn't have to. But it is so hard to look at the Giants and the way that they're losing, completely outclassed yet again, to watch Drew Lock, a guy they gave a $5 million contract to this offseason, to say, you are our steady backup to Daniel Jones in case anything goes wrong. And Drew Lock throw just a boneheaded, stupid pick six, and then also have 2 other turnovers. I mean, that's the guy that either you picked or didn't coach up well enough for today for the spot. And look at the other young quarterbacks that the Giants could have selected that they did not select. Okay, they were not in the running for the top 3 quarterbacks that were selected in the draft, right? You can't kill them on not getting Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, or Drake May. Now, all 3 of those guys look like they're going to be starters for a long time, but you can just say that's bad luck. Giants come up at number 6. They take Malik Neighbors. Well, that guy that started today against you, Michael Penix, was on the board when you picked 6. J.J. McCarthy, who the Vikings may have started sometime this season, was also available. He went number 10. And so did Bo Nix, who went number 12 to the Broncos, who has started all season long and been an effective piece of a team that may make the postseason. This is a point that Pat Leonard, New York Daily News, brought up with us last week, and I think it's worth repeating. The Giants brass wants another shot because they will convince you they haven't gotten a chance to draft their guy. But they could have drafted 3 players last season that are other teams' guys who the early returns could be pretty good. And they're getting worse as the season goes on.
I feel like they've already had their chance to get their quarterback. Like, to say they didn't have a chance to get a QB would be to say that they didn't have a chance to draft Bo Nix. They did, right? They could have drafted Bo Nix. They could have drafted Michael Penix. Obviously, McCarthy ended up with the knee, so that could have backfired easily. They even could have made the home run offer to the Patriots to get that number 3 pick and get Drake May. Number 2 and number 1, those trades weren't going to happen. Washington wasn't going to give them Jaden Daniels in division, and Chicago wasn't trading out of number 1. But maybe they get to 3. And even Russell Wilson, they had him in the building, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are now the beneficiaries of them letting walk out of there. So whether John Mara decides I had my finger on the scale or my thumb on the scale, and therefore these guys deserve a chance to get their own QB, or is his decision, no, I let them do their thing for 3 years. They paid Daniel Jones, not me. They didn't draft a quarterback this year, not me. And so they had their chance. Like, I don't think that's an unfair way to come down on it, but ultimately that depends on what he thinks. I will.
Hard to make the argument Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen deserve back the way that this season is ending. A complete and utter failure.